Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd. If you let me just set the stage here for you. If you don't know who Grady Judd is, Grady Judd is somebody who, when he walks up to a podium, when he walks up to a microphone, it's instantaneous. Must see for a lot of folks online. Yeah, he has a way with words, a way with articulating how he feels and how his department, how the Polk County Sheriff's Office feels about a particular story. He does not hold back any punches. This is somebody who speaks his mind. And if you've never heard of Grady Judd, believe me, there are endless clips and reels on YouTube that you can find, and it will give you an idea as to who Grady Judd is. And I'm saying that because normally I would never have to say that on WFLA Now, because our audience is very honed in here on the Tampa Bay area, and Grady Judd is just, everybody knows who Grady Judd is. But outside of the Tampa Bay area, outside of Florida, we have an international audience. We've had people joining us from the UK. We had people joining us from Germany, from Norway, from Denmark, from Australia. All over the world have been joining us, and you probably don't know who Grady Judd is. But ever since this story began, and ever since Brian Laundrie was declared officially missing, everybody has been asking me to talk to Grady, or asking our WFLA team to talk to Grady to get his 2 cents on what he thinks, because he doesn't hold back on what he thinks about modern day law enforcement and modern day crime. So here is, a short time ago, big shout out to Stacy De Silva from, of course, our team here, WFLA 8 on your side, for helping me out with this. But this is Grady Judd at a press conference here talking about a separate operation that his office had conducted. Okay, but he, in a Q&A portion, of course, he was asked about the Gabby Petito and the Brian Laundrie story.
Gabby Petito, I'm not involved in that investigation. My team's not involved in that investigation. I could only speculate based upon news reports, and as you know, those are incomplete at best, and sometimes they can be fictionalized at worst. I can tell you that according to Florida law, when she was a victim of domestic violence originally, he would have been arrested. I can tell you at this sheriff's office, when he showed up with her car and she was no place to be found, we would never have let him out of our custody that day. Other than that, I'm not sure where their investigation is.
Interesting comments here from Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd, saying that if Brian had come back and had been in his jurisdiction, he never would have let Brian get away. And he highlighted the domestic dispute that occurred between Brian Laundrie and between Gabby Petito. And Grady saying, and listen, there have been endless comments thrown my way on social media with #AJB saying, #AJB, Grady never would have allowed this to happen. But let's also keep things in perspective here, folks. This has been a complicated case from the beginning. Very complicated. The FBI is on the case, and there is nobody out there that is more pro-law enforcement, or as pro law enforcement than, of course, one of the many great sheriffs that we have here across Florida. That one, of course, that you just heard from is Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd. And we've had a lot of comments just come in the last several seconds about Grady Judd. #AJB, Sheriff Grady Judd is great. Every county needs one of him. I'm from North Carolina and wish we had him here. Yeah, his signature saying, if you've never heard it, is, did you hear what I said? And Grady, if this story had occurred in Polk County, I can imagine that there would have been that the Grady Judd mania that is every one of his press conferences would have been exponentially increased to an international audience. But for what it's worth there, folks, for what it's worth, there you finally have for the first time Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd commenting, saying that if it had been a case that came into his office, he's saying he never would have let Brian Laundrie get away. But let's also not forget here as well, folks, that we don't know if law enforcement ever did actually have tabs on Brian Laundrie when he returned from Northwest Wyoming. So Grady is saying, oh, if he had been if he had come into Polk County, but at the same time, it's so complicated of a case because we don't know exactly Brian's timeline upon arriving here back in Florida. So it's just take that for what you will. But I just wanted to provide that to you because I've been asked about it nonstop. What would Grady say? You just heard it here, folks. on WFLA Now.